All right, so let's do the New Jersey Devils here. They were 7th in the Metro with the 27-46-9 record, which is 63 points. 14th in the East and 28th in the league with head coach Lindy Ruff. They lost goalie John Gillies to the Coyotes and Colton White to the Ducks. They signed injured Miles Wood, who was signed to a 1-year deal. Jesper Boquist to a 1-year deal. Jesper Bratt, 1 year. Tice Thompson, Vitek Vanacek from the Capitals with 3 years. Brendan Smith, 2 years from the Hurricanes. And Andre Pillot, a big one, for 5 years from the Lightning. There are notable UFAs, P.K. Subban, who had 5 goals and 17 assists last season, and I kind of want to go down a little rabbit hole, not really anything crazy here, but the UFA goalie is Corey Crawford. I got to this, and I'm like, Crawford, isn't he Chicago? So he retired, but fun fact, signed a 2-year, $7.8 million contract with the Devils for the 2020-21 season. Never played a game and announced his retirement in January 2021, literally because he doesn't want to play anymore. He's just like, I've done all I can to the game of hockey, and I'm just done. And just like retired, took the money and skedaddled. Imagine that.
Yeah, it's like the Lundqvist scam.
That's like the Lundqvist scam. That's the Bobrovsky move, except he doesn't even have to play. I think I don't want to say anything, but I think Corey Crawford got the bigger deal out of this.
No shit.
Henrik Lundqvist had to get new gear and at least come in to practice a bit.
Hey, you know why Crawford
like,
got away with this? It's because he's got the cup and Henrik didn't.
Yeah.
Henrik could have done this if he got the cup.
Yep.
Crawford was like, all right, I signed this, and like a week later, it's like, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to retire. So they had a few trades here. The Devils traded the 2022 second-round pick and 2022 third-round pick to the Washington Capitals in exchange for goalie Vitek Vanacek and the 2022 second-round pick. The 2022 second-round pick that they picked was defenseman Seamus Casey. The Devils also traded Pavel Zacha to the Bruins in exchange for Eric Haula. We'll be talking about him. The Devils traded Ty Smith and the 2023 third-round pick to the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for John Marino. John Marino, Eric Haula are good pickups. We talked about Eric Haula last season where he kind of came out of fucking nowhere for the Bruins. I'm like, is the Bruins just that bad, or is just Eric Haula like that guy that's just like coming up? And Bruins sold high on him when they had the chance.
Yeah, I think it was an opportunity for Haula where we were kind of weaker up the middle a little bit, especially that third-line center role hadn't really been solidified. So he did build his stock up a bit. And, you know, a Zacha Haula trade, I think the Bruins end up winning in the long run. But short run, I think Haula's a very good plug-in for the Devils here.
Yeah.
This is another team where top 6 really good, bottom 6, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a lot of, firepower on this team, I don't think. Dougie Hamilton's a big question mark. I think he had a very good year last year, but it seems like just a weird career. Like, I put him and Max Domi in the same, box right now. Like, they're kind of having weird careers just in general.
I want to go back to Dougie Hamilton here. I have lowest stats since his 2013-2014 season, so really falling down here.
Yeah, that's pretty big. And new goaltender in net, too, Vitek Vanacek. Mackenzie Blackwood, I don't know, man. Like, nothing really screams success with this team to me.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. I mean, I don't mean it negatively, but I just don't. I feel bad for Jack Hughes at the end of the day.
Yeah, it just feels like a middling team, like they've been for what feels like the last 4 or 5 seasons. There's promise. They have younger guys like Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes, but they haven't really taken over the team yet. And I think part of it is they maybe just haven't been surrounded with talent that can kind of elevate them a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Give them some protection as guys developing the league to allow them to find their game.
Right.
Whereas when Hughes came in, they expected the world out of him pretty much right away, and you saw that he struggled. And I think those two things were connected.
And I think those two guys, Hughes and Hischier, are the guys that they look to elevate the rest of the line, where those are the players that me and you think that the rest of the line needs to elevate them.
Yeah.
And Andre Pillot's a great sign, but that's 1 out of 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like if you slap this team in one of the Western conferences, they might fare a little better. You know, it's just they're in the world of the East, and it's just they're not going to be able to get over that hump, I don't think, with this roster.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to do a callback here when I was talking about career best stats, and this team has a few here. And for the listeners, I want to go down the list of the team here. So they have Miles Wood, who we talked about, who's injured. He had a right hip injury during the last preseason, needed surgery, and there's still no timeline for his return. We talked about Andre Pillot, who had 18 goals and 31 assists last season. Nico Hischier, he had 21 goals and 39 assists last season, which was career best stats since entering the league in 2017. Jesper Bratt, 26 goals, tied for team best, and 47 assists, team best, and career best stats last season. You have Yegor Sharangovich. Jack Hughes with 26 goals, tied for team best, and 30 assists, which is career best stats last season. So big come up for Jack Hughes here. I knew he was a big name back in the day when he was drafted. Thomas Tatar, Eric Haula, coming off, again, his second best career season with 18 goals and 26 assists. Andreas Johnson, Jesper Vokvist, Michael McLeod, Nathan Bastian. For the defenseman, you have Ryan Graves, Dougie Hamilton, again, with the lowest stats. Jonas Siegenthaler, Damon Severson, Brennan Smith, John Marino. And for the goalies, Mackenzie Blackwood and Vitek Vanacek. Mackenzie Blackwood as a goalie, I love watching him play. Just very square guy, can get the job done, can do the splits, get it done. And so it was kind of interesting to me to see his stats. So last season, he actually came off his worst season statistically since 2018 when he entered the league. He had 3.39 GA, .892 save percentage, and 9-10-4 record. So I hope to see Mackenzie Blackwood come up. I know he can have shit seasons, but I hope Mackenzie Blackwood's on the come up here. And Vitek Vanacek actually is pretty interesting. I put this down on the notes here for Vitek Vanacek. Almost dead even stats from the 2020-2021 and last season. 2.67 GA and .908 save percentage with a 20-12-6 record. His stats from the previous season were 2.69 GA, .908 save percentage, and 21-10-4 record. So it's just both seasons are just almost dead even with what he can do.
Consistent.
Yep, exactly. Consistency.
It might also show you a ceiling, though, of this is where he's at if he's plateaued. You know what I mean?
Consistently average is how I look at him.
Right. Yeah. But what will he be like on a new team? That's going to be the big one.
I think this team has too many players that are right on the bubble of you need to get over this hump to prove that you're more than what you are, you know?
Yeah.